Welcome back, guys. Another great day here in another week three. Great week three. Week two was great last week. Any day that Michigan wins is a great day. Um, we're gonna go over. I guess we'll sit down and we can recap the ECU, not the ECU game. That's way too far back to recap. The UNLV game from last week a little bit, and then we'll go into preview on the Michigan Bowling Green game that is tonight at 7:30 Eastern time, and then we'll go over pick'ems. Um, don't even do it. Um, I hate this. I'm not doing it. Nope. Um, all in all, going looking back, you're looking. We'll go back to last Saturday, Dad, and I mean, a lot of people are complaining, bitching, complaining that we aren't scoring more points. I mean, yeah, the some people are saying that the run game's dead. Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards aren't who they everyone thinks they are. They're frauds. The offensive line isn't good. I mean, just after 2 weeks, just the things that's just the two big things that we really hear is like the amount of points we score, and then those two not being what they have been in the past few years. But as I know, and I know this will probably will be what you say, at least to the running back part, is teams are putting 8, 9 guys in the box and saying throw against us, just like we talked about. I know we talked about during the ECU game. Me and you did. Um, they're doing what TCU took and did with against us to make us throw the football
Yep.
and hopefully have JJ make a mistake. But JJ's been as close to perfect as perfect can be.
Yeah, absolutely. JJ has been great. You know, it's very important year to year, right? To take a big leap, especially if you're going to be elite and have NFL aspirations, as JJ does. Any 5 star does, right? But and all the vets in the world to the competition, right? But the competition, they're stacking 8, 9 guys in the box, and not a whole lot of are coming after JJ. But dude, he is. I forget he's pushing 90% accurate rate, 87 something, 80, maybe it's even 85. I don't remember,
I
but
think he's 48 for like 55 or something like that.
yeah,
His
I
number
mean,
is six
he's
seven
just
completions.
throwing dots, right? And as the pressure comes up, that's going to come down. As the competition goes up, that's going to come down too. But um, the guy is the guy has looked pretty much perfect, and again, they're stacking the box, and I think that part of the design, right, is that excuse me, is that they want to showcase this thing, and running's not important. And Blake has looked fine on limited carries. I know the first game he averaged like 11 yards a carry. Last game I forget exactly what it was, but I want to say it was upwards of 7. Um, I'm mildly concerned about Donovan Edwards. He hasn't looked like himself. Um, but with that being said, he's always been a guy that's kind of needed some carries to get going, where Blake, I feel like really hasn't, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
that's all it is, right? Um, but though a week or two before the season, I read something somewhere, and it didn't get a lot of attention. I was kind of surprised where he said that, one, that he wants to play this year and go, but if he had known that he was going to be behind Blake, he probably would have. He might have left after last year. He kind of thought Blake was going, was the gist of the interview, going pro, and that he really considered leaving, and he decided to stay. So maybe he's just a little bit unhappy, like a JJ Cage situation. But
I
we'll
mean,
see.
he never seemed like it like any
No,
other time that
and
we talk about it. They
they
always look
yeah,
like happy.
yeah,
More be more because of the, in my opinion, it would make some more sense because neither one of them got to be used as much as we had to use them last year. I mean,
Right.
he, Edwards was hurt and then came back as soon as Blake got hurt. So really, no one had somebody reliable to be behind him as a player. I mean, I don't know. And
Yeah.
also another thing, at least in the running game, is that they have only got like I think 30 to 40 carries in like the past 2 games,
Right.
which is perfectly fine for this time and how it should
Yeah.
be. But it's not
Yeah.
like we're seeing Blake get the ball 30 times a game like we did last year and why when he was breaking
Right.
three.
No, and that's great for the end of the year, right? And it's great for their careers. Um, and make no mistake about it, Jim Harbaugh wants to win and all that, but you know, throughout his tenure here, and really throughout his coaching tenure anywhere, he knows what it takes to go in the NFL, right? And I feel like he's always looked out for his players' best interest in trying to find a balance between, hey, what's best for the team now, but also what's best for these guys' future. Um, and do I think that if the choice come down to, hey, win the national championship and preserve these guys' NFL future, I think he's going to pick let's win now, right? Because you never know, and especially as it pertains to the running back position, it's pretty undervalued now in the NFL.
No,
But
yeah, easily. I mean, that's why you see all these running backs holding out.
he I feel like he's always tried to have that balance. And again, maybe Donovan just needs to go in for a couple series straight and kind of get a rhythm. There's a lot of running backs like that. I think he's absolutely more talented than Blake overall, right? A
Yeah.
little bit faster, better receiver. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, all in all, I think it's just going to come down to, like you kind of said too, is the reps. They're going to need. when you're not getting the constant carries, not really, and honestly, we're only playing 3/4 out of a game, if that. Um, which that's something we can talk about. Which that need. Why is why is our starters in when we're up 35-0? That last week was like super like stressy to me, especially like I mean I know it was like right after they pulled JJ, but when Jack Tuttle got thrown into
Yeah,
the sidelines,
yeah,
um, that was like 2 plays after they pulled JJ that happened, and I was like, well, thank God, but still, I don't know. I mean, it's just like it's still early in the season. Yeah, you ain't seen the numbers that we seen from Blake and last season and the year season before that this early, but I mean, those numbers still aren't bad. Dude's rushed for, I mean, 25 carries for 153 yards. Do the math. I mean, that's what I asked you to do the math for a reason. And I mean, 4 tutties, can't complain there. I mean, you got Roman Wilson, who's completely taking it to his advantage that JJ's having to throw the ball. You can't complain about it. At least, all in all, a win's a win. And I mean, there's really nobody this year in college football, I'll say this, that looks dominating. I mean, Georgia's still going to have that effect just because it's Georgia. Georgia deserves that respect at this point, but they don't look like they're anything too special. Special. I mean, they beat a Ball State team, and I think today they have South Carolina today. So I mean, we'll see there. South Carolina is decently good team, where that they can at least put up a fight with a good team. I mean, really the only one that I've seen that really showed complete dominance this season so far is like Florida State. Um, But like I said, it'll take a minute to get into the season, and I think, but it's gonna have to happen now.
Yeah, and going back to the starters, right? Is really the starters played a full. They played a full half, and then halfway through the third quarter, I mean, he started swapping people out, and then the second and third teams played the entire fourth quarter, and I'm with you because if that would have been JJ instead of Jack Tuttle, right, there'd have been a lot of broken TVs around the country just because to lose him something like that. But on the other hand, these first team guys, they're ultra competitive, right? And they've been training all year, and they want to play. So you got to find that balance. And as long as no one gets hurt, a major injury, it's a win, I guess. But it's definitely a tough thing, and I really thought like our first weekend and last week second half. No, nobody has threatened us, right? But the first week I thought was a really dominant performance, um, and something that has been talked about a lot, but I haven't seen this angle mentioned is like the first game, right? Moore's out, Harbaugh's out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who was our head coach?
It was Mentor. Jesse Minter was before.
Jesse Mentor, right? And then Kirk Campbell become the OC. So if you look at it just like from a rhythm standpoint, and again, the competition that you and I could have run that game and we would have been fine. But
yeah,
we had no head coach. We lost our DC. We lost our OC, and we lost our quarterback coach in that game. And sure, the quarterback coach and the DC were there, but their responsibilities have shifted. So JJ lost his quarterback coach. His one-on-one time during the thing. My point in all that is everybody is a little bit discombobulated. It was last week, right? But special teams lost their guy for a half. Still no head coach. Running backs lost their guy for a half. And then this week is it just Sharon Moore, right? Or are they splitting it again?
no, Sharon's just the head coach this week.
Yeah,
It's his week.
and I think this stuff's really kind of overrated. First black head coach to get a win, but it was really cool to
Watch out,
see.
we might get canceled for that. You can't say that.
See Mike Hart. I don't give a fuck. See Mike Hart become that, and I think that was everything with Harbaugh's by design, right? And I think that's why he did things in the order that he did. A little nod to a Michigan man, and I don't think that diminishes Sharon at all because I do think that if Harbaugh does leave after this year, that Sharon is probably the guy.
It's one of the four. I don't think we
for sure it's one of the four, right? It might be Menor.
It just depends
I
on.
think it's still too early for Mike, but you know me, Mike's my all-time favorite, probably Wolverine. Doesn't make him the best.
That's why you won't give me my signature back.
Yeah, whatever.
Now you have two.
So this, I got this shared screen up, right?
Nope, not doing it. Nope.
We had a bet a couple weeks ago.
Nope, it's too early.
You're not going to honor your bet.
It's too early in the morning for this. We'll do it.
So listen, the bet was I said Colorado was gonna beat Nebraska, and you said no fucking way, and they did.
I picked Colorado. Actually, I have proof.
You did, but I have proof, and I can pull up the text and share them if I need to. That's fine.
I didn't pick Colorado. I'm not.
But anyways, I have this.
I have a new rendition.
Can you see it?
No, you can't see it because you don't have it. Oh, because I have to control it. Hell yeah!
I figured because it's just sitting in the gray. But I'm gonna press play. The bet was if whoever won, the other one had to sing a fight song of the other's choosing. So I won, Hunter lost.
Hey, you
And
broke the yeah. I just tried to pull it up, and whatever you're doing, and you look like the old man that doesn't know how to work a computer.
well, that's because you control it. So I'm just going to hit play here, and you're going to put it on the screen.
No, I'm
And
not.
I want to hear you sing loud and proud.
No, I'm not singing that shit. That's garbage. I never would have picked a rival school. I never would have picked the rival schools.
Sing it.
Never. 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 It's not even on. I can't hear shit. Hey, I can't hear it.
Okay, so I'll send you the link and you do it.
No, you're doing it right. I just can't hear it.
I know, but if you play it from your computer, you'll be able to hear it.
Oh, no, it's okay. We don't need to do it. It's fine.
No, oh no, we're doing this.
I don't have time. We got to talk about the next segment.
No.
I promise you, I will do it next week. I promise you.
You've taken the element of surprise, you little fuck.
No, it's not. It's not my fault. Your computer didn't work.
Oh,
If
it
I had
worked.
more time, I couldn't hear anything. And if I had more time, I would do it today. But I
Don't
don't
act
have
like
it
you
today.
don't know the song.
I was about to make a new rendition of it, and while I do, I was gonna have fun with it. I just don't want to do it right now because I really don't have time. I was gonna
Right.
like,
Just
I
like
was gonna
when
put
I finish
Mel.
whooping that ass and pick him, you're gonna back out of the chip too.
Oh well, yeah, about that. You know, someone like just ran it like recently died from doing that.
Oh Jesus, here we go.
I'll still do it. I was just saying. I did actually just read that. No,
Did
I
you
won't
know
back out
that
of
people die every day driving a car too?
that. Funny. Anyways, let's move on to the Bowling Green game today. First night game of the season. Get to actually see. I mean, I know I won't be there, but I'm excited still to see the light show. Um, the new lights, the new light system. I don't know if you've seen this. I don't know. I doubt Michigan will follow in this footstep, but Michigan State's going to be start serving alcohol today.
Yes.
I was like, that's
Which is
like,
a horrible idea. Today of all days.
yeah, because they about to get their asses whooped.
You know, I don't know. And, you know, rivalry stuff aside, it sounds like more and more that this may be a setup. And there's been some Spartans screaming that from day one. And just listen, because you know I hate that motherfucker, and I would never defend a rivalry, but I'll just say this: is that this is a very valid point in my opinion, right? So this lady, how dumb do you have to be to one sexually harass a nationally known sexual harassment advocate, right?
That has personally, one been a captain for Michigan.
Right.
I didn't even know who it was at first, and then I realized who it was through that situation
Right.
because she was like the captain. Then I was like, oh, never mind. I know who she is now.
And two, if this was happening, right? And I'm not trying to victim shame or anything. Come for me if you want to, but whatever. Why didn't she hang up? Why did she keep calling him back? If she was that unbothered, why he's jerking off on the phone, which is creepy to fucking begin with, right?
Tuck coming.
Right. Mel Tugger is why didn't she just end the phone call?
Oh,
I mean, riddle me that.
yeah, but maybe she
we'll
did,
see.
even though she
He
called
has,
back.
in his defense, he has vehemently denied that it was one-sided and that it was and stated that it was consensual, and maybe it was, but you know, the facts are going to come out, and he's going to have his hearing, and we'll see. But unbelievably bad look for Michigan State, especially considering, the Nasser and all the other stuff that's went on. Dan Antonio was kind of in some murky waters there for a minute with some stuff, failure to report or something. I don't remember.
Failing to report sexual shit. I think it was. It was sexual
Right.
harassment
So
or something like that.
bad
So
look,
I
but
mean, it's
let's
not like
let
it's
the
not
facts
there.
come out. But just how dumb is that? Just stupid. But anyways, back to tonight's game against
I can't.
Bowling Green.
I can't say it.
I'm an old school guy, and I think you're a good mix of old school. When it comes to particularly college sports, but particularly Michigan football, old values and traditionalists with new. And like, I have no problem with the new scoreboards. I'm not crazy about the lights, but it'll be visually cool, right? But I got
I've been dying for them motherfuckers to bring them lights.
Yeah. So, and I think that's a generational thing, right? And that's fine.
I mean, yeah, and it is. I think it's more just like for me, it's something that everybody's been doing for 5 years now. And
yeah, and I don't hate it. I don't dislike it. I'm just kind of like, and don't get me wrong, it'll be kind of cool to see them for the first time under the lights, right? But I got into like a 3-day back and forth on TikTok with this kid who appears to be around your age, 24, 25, 26, about
why are you arguing with people on TikTok? That's
me.
The real question here. No, I'm saying, why are you arguing with people on TikTok? That's the real question here.
Well, because this is why there was a preview of them, and this wasn't the original poster that I got into it with, but this guy I think was one of the light techs, right? And he posted a video of them testing the lights, and this kid gets on and is like, we need to do something with that old ass nasty tunnel and put strobes and lights and blah 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 and have a smoke show coming out. And all I said was, huh?
That'll never happen.
No. All I said was, absolutely not. The tunnel is sacred. And that was it. I wake up the next morning, right? And this kid's got like a seven comment response. Call me old head and get off my lawn and blah 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 blah. He did say, yeah, the tunnel is sacred, but you need to get with the times. And so, anyways, it was a good natured thing, right? Good natured thing going back and forth. But and I've mentioned it a few times, but I worked the field. I spent a lot of time in that tunnel over the 10 or 11 years that I did it. Mm-hmm. And you spent a decent amount of time in that tunnel up and down it. We used to go play on the field after games and stuff. Just fucking no. Absolutely not. That tunnel is, other than some coats of paint and some updated wiring, is the same as it was when that stadium was built. And I just think it needs to stay that way.
Oh, I mean, I agree. I agree. Oh, sorry, I was reading something on Twitter too at the same time. No, I agree. The tunnel don't need to be changed. It never will be changed. Michigan will probably will never do it. If they're gonna update everything, I mean, yeah, they upgrade the locker room, things like that. But the tunnel, like you said, it's the way it is for a reason. It's been like that.
That stuff's necessary from a competitive standpoint and a recruiting standpoint, right? The locker rooms and I guess you could even argue that the lights are important. Kids nowadays love the razzle dazzle, right? And anything that gets players excited and wanting to come here, I'm all for. But my line in the sand is drawn at the tunnel. Leave it the fuck alone.
Yep, I agree. By the way, it's been 1,386 days since Ohio State has beat Michigan in football.
Yes, sir.
All right, back on track. We kind of, I don't know why we always do this.
It's just what we do.
I know. I know. Back onto the Bowling Green game. Let's pull us back in. Now I'm about to go down another rabbit hole, but never mind. We went. Oh, like I said, it should be another game how we've seen. It should be Bowling Green will probably try to pack the box, let JJ throw the football.
Yep.
JJ hopefully eats it up again. I mean, it all in all, I think it shouldn't be an issue. I would love. Here I go again. Something that I want to see is I want to see the defense complete the shutout. At least get us a shutout.
So I'd like to see it too. And I'm going to go down the rabbit hole a little bit again, but this is something that Michigan under Bo, under Carr, the only reason it really wasn't under Hoke and Rodriguez is because we were never really in that position. But even under Harbaugh is that very, very rarely, I can only think of a handful of times, have we beat teams like 69-0 or whatever, because and we've had the talent and the capability, the ability to do it, right? But that's just not who we are as a program. It's hey, let's get this under control. We're going to control the ball game. We're going to get to a point where we know that they can't come back and beat us, and then we're going to play and develop our guys, and that's fine. I think that's smart. From a fan standpoint, I would love to beat somebody 135-0. That would make my whole fucking week, right? But that's just not who we are, and that goes to the shutouts. Could we have shut out ECU? Absolutely. And that was chicken shit for him to do what he did at the end of the game. And then last week, same thing. They scored on our second and third string guys.
Oh yeah, I know all that.
We effectively had the shutouts. Is kind of my point, right? And we opted to, get some guys who aren't going to get many chances to play this year in, and to develop some of those guys. And it's hard to argue that that's not the right choice. And again, you talked about earlier leaving our starters in too long. Is it worth leaving our starters into the last 5 minutes of the game to get that shutout? It's not.
No,
not to
it's
me.
not at all. That's not what I'm saying. Like,
and I know that's not what you're saying. That's just kind of my point.
Yeah, no, not even close. No, I just want to see it more for just for the the fact of it.
Well, and you get the trolls online. Oh, Michigan only won 35%.
Not covering the spread. I'm like,
right, and
relax.
That drives me nuts. We're not a covering team, and it all goes back to kind of what I talked to, and I think today we're like 40 points.
Yeah, it's 40 and a half, I think.
Yeah, we're not covering that. We're not.
Oh, not even a fucking shot. Not a fucking shot.
Hang on just 1 second.
Yeah, we're 40 and a half. No, hang on here.
So I saw on I don't remember if it was Facebook or I think it was TikTok this morning. This guy posted this parlay, right? And $10 won him I forget what it was. It was a decent amount of money, but one of the last thing was Michigan covering the spread, and he was talking about, I think I got a 50-50 chance at this, and it was
not at 40 points. You don't.
It was Corum touchdown, any touchdown, Roman any touchdown, Edwards any touchdown, and then plus 40. I'm like, I'm with the 3 touchdowns, right? I think they'll probably all score today, but again, that's just not who we are.
No, it
Because
never has been.
we could go up 42-0 at half, and we're gonna go up and score in the second half because our third string guys are playing. So whatever.
It's never that's not a big deal at all. I'm like you said, it's in my opinion nothing to care about nor worry about. When the
Right.
starters in, we're dominant.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I think today's gonna be like a 45-3, maybe even like a 52-56-3 or 7. We're gonna dominate. We're gonna win. But we're gonna see some guys that don't get some time, and I think that's okay.
yeah, I think as we all know, one, it's good for keeping them healthy. JJ, Blake, Donovan. Quick question. I just thought about this before we. Another kind of rabbit hole question here. Is the Cleo Mullins experiment should it go back to what it was of him being a linebacker?
Yeah.
Or I mean, he hasn't got a bunch of snaps, but when he does get the snaps and the ball, I have not been impressed to see. I mean, I guess the last linebacker that came out and ran running back was Hassan Haskin. So I mean, that's tough numbers to try to keep up with doing that. But I mean, it's tough just to switch a position. Period, especially at college. Being in college, it's not like switching a position when you're in high school or middle school and you still got time. No, you got to catch up to them now. You have to catch up with what the other team's doing. I always wondered that. I mean, I know why they did it last year, just to kind of give another big back in there
Yep.
after Corum went down. But I was surprised to see that they kept him on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and it's hard to say, right? He's got limited reps. The running game in general hasn't looked great. I think that people that are sounding alarms are a little early, but with the competition and with the suspension, and everything going on, it's really hard to get a good read on where we're at, and I just don't think that we're gonna get that probably till maybe the Purdue game. Maybe it's going to be after that. You know what I mean? Nebraska's doesn't look like anything again. Indiana, even Purdue's not great. And we got Maryland after that.
Purdue lost to fucking Fresno State week 1. Fuck no, they aren't good. Dude, do you know the Big Ten East is like
13-1, and the Big Ten West is like 8-6 this season?
Yeah.
I'm like, really? I don't even know who our one-loss team is in the East. I'd have to go back and look. But that's makes me mad. It's annoying. Yes, the one-loss team would be. Oh, that's cool. I posted it on my actual Twitter, not. I don't know. Remember, actually, I don't know. I can tell you. Not a big deal. But still, it's just a point. We have 3 teams, the Big Ten East, that are. I mean, everyone's still in the running. I mean, there's some games on today that could change that. But I mean, you had Wisconsin go down last week. I mean, Nebraska. It don't matter who.
I think potentially we may not face a really good team until we play Penn State in November. I think Michigan State could challenge us. This could all this going on with them it could either shit their season or it could give them a rallying point, and they could come out to cry, and they could come out ready to fight. And the uh, the rivalry games are always tough to call, anyways. But we're not going to get a good test, I don't think, until at least Michigan State, and it may be Penn State. So
I don't know. I'll still be worried to go into Nebraska and Minnesota, especially Minnesota ain't playing by a ball right now. All in all,
right.
and to go into there for a night game, more than likely a night game. One of those games would be a night game, either whether it's Nebraska or Minnesota back to back. Those two games bother me. If we get through those two games unscathed, I think we're good until at least Penn State.
Yeah.
We got a whole lot of difficult road games to play. When I say difficult, I mean venue wise.
Sure.
Memorial Stadium in Nebraska is not a joke of a stadium. It's going to be loud there.
A fair point is that Matt Rule is going to have. He better win something pretty quick, man. You know what I mean, because he is. He's 0-2. They got Northern Illinois today. That better be a win. They got Louisiana Tech next week. That better be a win.
I don't know. Louisiana Tech's decent school. Decent small
are they?
School. They're like it's like a Central Michigan.
And then they have us. So if they win those two, maybe they'll have a little bit of confidence. But if they don't win either of those, there's going to be a lot of questions in Nebraska. You know what I mean? And that might be a fight for your life type of game. So, and that it is a super tough environment to play in.
I mean, we'll see. I can't believe it's already week 3.
Crazy, right?
I'm like, geez, Pete's guys. That's not already a quarter way through the season. Well, hopefully not. Hopefully we play 15 games. So,
yes, sir.
Hopefully not a quarter away yet. Quarter way through the regular season. Like I said, all in all, everything looks promising. I think this is definitely still living up to the hype as one of the best teams that
absolutely
we've had in a very long time. It'd be interesting to see if one if we're holding anything. I mean, we're holding stuff back, but
the playbook absolutely, and I think we touched on this a little bit earlier. We're showing a little more heavy pass to give teams something to think about. Hey, right, we're going to stack. The question was last year, and I thought he proved it well enough. But the question was last year is if we stop the run, can JJ beat us? And ultimately, if you want to look at and I'm not putting this on JJ at all, right? But if you look at the TCU game, the answer is no, they can't.
Well, also
but,
our defense didn't fucking stop a fucking
and,
fly that football game.
That's why I stress it. Hey, I'm not blaming this kid at all because that I think we took them too lightly and they come ready to fight, and it was kind of a perfect storm. And when I think if we play them 20 times, we win 17 or 18 of those, maybe more than that. But hats off to them. They beat us when it counted, and that's it. But the answer to the question now this year is, at least so far, is if we stop the run, can JJ beat us? Absolutely. You know what I mean? And it's giving teams another thing to think about. And I like last week, he used his legs a little bit more. Right now, he's the second leading rusher on the team. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I like where we're headed. I like where we're at. Can you nitpick some things early in the season? Sure, but you're always going to be able to do that. Back in Bama's prime, all these guys, these Bama fans were always bitching about something about Saban, and they were winning 65-0. So, all we got to do is knock off the teams in front of us, and that'll be it.
That's all that matters. You win what's on your schedule. It doesn't matter who's off your schedule, and doesn't matter what people say. All in all right. Score prediction for tonight. I got. Go ahead.
52-7 Michigan.
Okay, yeah, never mind. They still don't cover. I almost called you out for saying that they weren't going to cover, and then they were going to cover. Yeah, I'm going to say like a 38-7, 38-3, something like that. I don't like what I see from our backups on the offense yet this year. And they have not been able to. I don't think since when JJ is out of the game, I don't think we've scored.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't think
No,
we've scored.
as you texted me last week, if JJ gets hurt, we're fucked, and that's absolutely right.
I don't know. Like I said, I know we still got Alex. I don't know why Alex Orji didn't come in the game last week. There was something say that there was some mess up with who was supposed to go play.
Yep, I read that.
But I mean, I don't know. We've seen Jack Tuttle for one play, and the dude got wrecked.
Right.
I've never been. It's been a while since I've been that pissed off at a fucking TV. Then when that happened, I was like, goddamn, fuck that motherfucker up and down the field, all around my fucking living room.
Oh, you were hot. You were, yeah.
Oh, bro, I was so pissed.
You texted. If I was there, I think I'd run on the field.
I was so pissed. I was so fucking pissed. But no, like I said, hopefully that works itself out, whether it's Tuttle's actually a decent quarterback. I mean, which we know he is. Played great. He played good when he was in Indiana.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just gonna have to see it because if it's Fitz Warren, we're all fucked.
Right.
I'm sorry, the dude's got a great story, but he has not proved anything yet this year to me. That
and
number two,
the reality
even a number 4 quarterback.
Right. The reality is up until the Penn State game, right? We're probably good enough all the way around to win all those games without JJ. But to beat Penn State, to beat Ohio State, to contend for the playoff and at least make the national championship game, we're not doing it without him. We're just not. So we need him, love him. Hope he stays safe and healthy, and hope they light it up tonight.
Yep, I agree. Real quick before we go on to pick'ems, I have a fuck you of the week, and it's gonna go to Cade McNamara. That dude's a fucking retard.
What a retard.
The fact that he wants to say, I've never had defensive score. Yeah, I know Iowa's defense scores more than what we did, but he said, I'm not used to defensive scoring. I'm like,
there's no way that wasn't an intentional shot.
Oh, fuck no, it wasn't. Dude, Cade, no, it definitely was. The dude's a fucking fuck boy.
Right. And was it coming out publicly about the JJ shit, right? How he gave him the cold shoulder.
Yeah, and it's like it was like a week after that came out.
So the team, right? The team, and he's just a selfish little arrogant prick who is as far as Power 5 quarterbacks go is mid, right? And yeah, he brought us a Big Ten championship, but fuck him. But one of the funny things, did you see the video he was talking about? Press conference, right? And I forget what he exactly was talking about, but he's like, those guys come a lot, and then he started giggling.
Oh yeah, the kid's a child. Yeah.
Right. And I'm just like,
yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
You can't, and don't get me wrong, I giggled, but the cameras weren't on me, right? You can't keep it together long enough to like at least pretend to be professional. So
I mean, I really, they're fucking my age or younger than me at this point.
Right.
They're kids, but
the West is open, and I hope that Iowa wins it.
Oh, 100%. I fucking
hope that we
hope.
make it there, and I hope that we break his little pussy heart.
And GG, dude, that I really hope. I mean, I was still 2-0. I mean, if anyone in the West has looked good, it's looked like the team for them. It's been Iowa. So
Right.
I mean, still hasn't looked good, but anyways, just wanted to give my fuck you of the week to him. And can we stop? Please stop fucking sucking off Colorado. They beat fucking nobody. Why is fucking College Game Day, Big Noon, fucking every goddamn show in the world at Colorado today for them to play Colorado State, who went like a 1-11 last season too?
Right.
Why is that a Big Noon kickoff? Why is that fucking College Game Day?
So I always liked Deion
Fucking
Sanders,
stupid.
right?
Not the dude.
And I thought from the beginning that he would be successful there, and he is a master promoter and a master manipulator, and he does not let an opportunity pass by. But I am already so sick of everybody sucking his dick. You know, they act like he's the next Nick Saban, and you know what? Maybe he will be, but he's not going to be the next Nick Saban at Colorado. You know, maybe he parlays this year, next year into a, maybe it's an Alabama job, right? If Saban does retire, or a Florida State or a big power school, a traditional power school, right?
I think that's a Lane Kiffin job in
But
Alabama.
I still think that they're at best a 6, maybe 7-win team. They play Oregon. I think is it 2 weeks or next week?
Yeah, they're gonna get fucking steamrolled. I cannot wait.
And then that'll kill it. But they've gotten some momentum, they've gotten some attention, and he's done a very good job of keeping them relevant. From buying. How can he buy them sunglasses? By the way, is that just okay with NIL? No. He bought the whole team the sunglasses after the Colorado State football coach said,
Yeah, you can buy all that stuff.
Coaches can though?
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't
It's
know
all
that.
NIL. It's not, they aren't recruits.
Yeah, true. And I mean, I knew obviously it had to be okay, right? Because who would be that dumb to do that? But Harbaugh can't buy a recruit a hamburger, but he can buy his whole team a couple $100 pair of sunglasses.
I don't know. I very much dislike Deion Sanders.
So
I'm not a Deion
the reality is, right, is he's a top 2 or 3 athlete of my lifetime, and I like.
I'm not hating on it. I'm not hating on him as an athlete.
I like the swagger, but it's getting old. More simply for the fact that they haven't really done anything yet.
No, they've done absolutely nothing.
Right. I mean, have they doubled their win total? Okay, sure, but.
Well, yeah, that's easy when your win total was 1 the year before.
Right.
I don't
know. But they play. Hang on, real quick. They play tonight at 10 o'clock, and they're probably going to get 10 million viewers. 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Fuck that.
But anyways, let's go on to the.
We'll go on to pick. Let's do pick'ems real quick because I gotta go. I'm already probably gonna be. I'm not set on a schedule for work, but.
Okay, hang on. Just one more quick thing related to Colorado.
You're good.
So Colorado State tonight, right? Oregon week after that, number 5 USC.
Yeah, they're fucked. They are fucked.
Right. So I mean, they got UCLA, they got Oregon State.
I mean, I wish Colorado wouldn't have went to the Big 12. I wish Colorado would have fucking came to the goddamn Big 10. I would love that. I would love to kick fucking Deion's ass. I'm sorry, I don't like Deion as a coach.
One last thing is he's a smart guy, right? He's a smart dude. He knows what he's doing. This is all orchestrated, but the bubble's gonna burst pretty soon. And I hope that Colorado State beats them tonight. I don't think they will, but I hope they do.
Oh, I do too. I agree. Do you have one more thing again, or feel like
nope? That's it.
Well, you don't know no more. One more thing.
No more. If you keep talking, one might pop in my head. So let's just get to the picks.
All right, pick'ems, guys. I got another 10 games today. Standings are at the bottom left of your screen. We'll start today with.
And I'll just say I haven't seen these picks at all yet. So
I
going in
literally
blind.
just wrote them down and actually just wrote my picks down as I sat here. So
Right.
I fucking did the same thing.
So I'm still ahead, and this is what happens every week. I have an unfair advantage.
No, I sent you your picks like 3 days beforehand last week. Well, I'm sorry. Who's been on the? Hang on. Time out here. Who's been on the show for the past fucking 2 weeks? Not you.
Fair
you
enough.
Going camping and being sick was more important.
Sick is sick, right? And camping was planned 6 months in advance.
No, I know. All right, first game, Florida State, Boston College. There's really no like super great games on today. I don't think there's any top 20. There's no top 25 matchups. So Florida State, Boston College. I took Florida State in this game.
Florida State.
Let's say they look pretty dominant of a team so far this season.
They look like a good team.
Next one, Penn State, Illinois.
Penn State.
Yeah, that's what I took too. I took Penn State. Battle down here, which I don't know how this game's gonna go, but this is probably a toss-up. LSU versus Mississippi State. I took LSU. I don't, but honestly, it could go either way.
LSU.
I don't trust any Mississippi teams. I never will. Georgia, South Carolina. Georgia. Let's say it. We got Georgia 2. Big Ten versus ACC matchup here. Minnesota at UNC, North Carolina. I picked up your North Carolina in this game.
North
Carolina. The game in East Lansing tonight. Washington at Michigan State. I have Washington by a lot.
And it may be a competitive game, but I still think Washington pulls it out. We'll find out a lot about Michigan State today.
I think it's going to be about 28-3 at halftime.
And it may be.
I don't think this is going to be a game. I could be wrong, though. Next one, Tennessee versus Florida. Probably all in all your biggest game of the day. A little bit of a rivalry. I'm taking Florida to pull the upset. I don't think Joe Milton's the same Joe Milton that we've seen at Michigan, maybe a little bit more accurate, but Tennessee fans are already complaining about his arm and his accuracy and throwing the ball too hard. And I was like,
and I agree, but I think overall Tennessee's a better team. I'll roll with Tennessee on this one. But yeah, the preseason talk was that, Michigan fucked up, let him go, and I still don't see that. He looks.
No, so the people that we hung out with, like our neighbors at the campground when we went to that music festival in Alabama, like in July, they were Tennessee fans and they were talking all about it. And I said, y'all are fucked.
Right.
I was like, y'all are fucked. I was like, y'all have fun with him.
Right.
We thought the same, because they're like, oh, he's going to be the best quarterback. I said, yeah, we thought the same fucking thing in 2020. And
dude can throw the ball 90 yards, but he can't hit the barn at the end of the 90 yards.
Oh, yeah, and he throws the ball 700 miles an hour, too, on a 2-yard curl. And they wonders why this receiver dropped the football. You can't do that. Anyways, Colorado State, Colorado. I took Colorado because every time I pick against Colorado this season, it's fucked me. So
they're like 21 point favorites. Colorado. You got to go with them, but I hope they lose. I hope I'm wrong.
I don't think they lose, especially at home. And Colorado State, we've seen last year. We played Colorado State last year. They were not good last year.
Right.
I don't know how they are this year, how they finished last season.
They're 0-2, so.
Yeah, well, probably about to be 0-3. San Diego State, Oregon State. I took Oregon State.
I'm going to go with San Diego State on this one.
God damn it. Of course. You're a fucking Brady fucking folk lover.
No, I'm not. Absolutely. You know better than that. But
you just picked his team.
he's done a very good job at San Diego State two times, right? And you know, Brady Hoke, it I really am still mad at him for what he did to Michigan, but I don't think it was his fault. He was in over his head. He loved Michigan. He probably still loves Michigan. But
Michigan don't love him.
Michigan doesn't love him anymore. But if you put him at like he's a Bowling Green native, right? That's alumni. That's where he played. If you put him at there, Central Michigan or San Diego State, he's
I thought he went to Ball
he's
State.
going to have pretty good success, right?
I thought he went to Ball State.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I got them mixed up. Shitty schools in Ohio. Excuse me, they're too similar. So,
Hey, Ball State's not in Ohio. Neither is Bowling Green.
Ball State's not in Ohio.
No, Ball State's in Indiana. It's out of Muncie.
Oh, that's right.
And wait, is Bowling Green out of Bowling Green, Ohio? No, it is. Okay, Bowling Green. No, Bowling Green State. I'm so fucking confused.
Bowling Green's in Ohio, and you're right.
Wow.
I got Ball State messed up.
Okay, so it is Bowling Green. Why is it Bowling Green, but they're called Bowling Green State University? It makes zero fucking sense to me. Well, I said that because I didn't know if it was the Bowling Green in Kentucky. I couldn't remember if it was a Kentucky or
Gotcha.
the Ohio Bowling Green. That's why I said the Bowling Green thing. But yeah, no.
So anyways, Brady Hoke, he was just in over his head at Michigan, right? And fuck him for what happened, but I don't think it was his fault. He is a very good second tier coach, and I don't mean that as an insult. He's had really good success before us at San Diego State, after us at San Diego State, and hats off to him. That's why they're going to win today.
We'll see. It's Oregon State. Oregon State looks real competitive this year. Last one, final one. Assumption versus Grand Valley State.
Who was the first team?
Assumption. I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, Grand Valley State.
Assumption's 2-0. Grand Valley State's 1-1. I'll tell you that before you make a pick.
Grand Valley State.
Okay, I'm taking Assumption. Because last time, I've never in my life heard of that.
I've never heard of
Assumption in my life. But that's like incarnate word. I'm like, what? I don't know. GVSU. I had one more thing. I don't remember what I was going to say, though. So screw it, because I got to go to work. Yeah. I think I'm good. I don't have anything else.
Yes, sir. We'll see you next week. Go Blue.
Yeah. Go Blue, guys. Have a great weekend. Go Blue. Beat Bowling Green. Watch football all day for me. Adios.